humid night air of Aqeela clung to me like a shroud. It was 2013, and I, a wide-eyed 18-year-old, had just survived something that still sent tremors down my spine. The departmental socialization party had ended, leaving me as the designated driver, a role I'd grudgingly embraced. Dropping off my friends, I pulled into my usual parking spot, a few houses down from my own, the narrow streets offering little respite for vehicles. As I reached for my bag, a figure caught my eye. A girl, not much younger than me, stood at the mouth of the narrow alley that served as a shortcut to several homes, including mine. Her department logo shirt was unmistakable. A man, a hulking presence in a dark hoodie, loomed in front of her, a silent, imposing barrier. Her eyes met mine, a desperate, unspoken plea for help. My instincts, raw and untamed, took over. I grabbed my bag and stepped out. The man, alerted to my presence, melted into the shadows of the alley. When I reached the girl, he was gone. A fleeting thought suggested the danger had passed, that I could just walk away. But then, a flicker of movement. He was there again, leaning against a distant wall, his gaze locked onto me. A cold dread washed over me, and just then, the girl's voice, a fragile tremor, called out from behind me. She approached, her face a mask of pure terror. "Can you walk with me to my apartment at the end of the alleyway?" she whispered, her breath hitching. She explained the man had been blocking her path, his silence more unnerving than any threat. I risked a glance back. He looked off, dazed, perhaps under the influence of something that warped his reality. We started walking, our steps unnaturally loud in the oppressive quiet. Every rustle of leaves, every distant bark of a dog felt amplified. As we passed him, I could feel his eyes on my back. A few yards on, I couldn't resist looking. He was following us. We were past my house now, but the thought of abandoning her, of leaving her to face him alone, was unthinkable. Fear, sharp and acrid, flooded my system. Then she broke into a run, a desperate, frantic sprint, and I was forced to match her pace. We reached the iron gate of her apartment complex, and she fumbled with the latch, flinging it open and slamming it shut. We scrambled inside, our lungs burning, only to be confronted by a second, smaller gate, likely for pets. She wrenched it open, and we slipped through just as the heavy thud of the man reaching the first gate echoed behind us. Up the stairs we flew, our hearts pounding a frantic rhythm against our ribs. We reached the third floor, and she pounded softly, urgently, on her apartment door. After an agonizing eternity, it creaked open, revealing two startled faces, a guy and a girl, her friends. They quickly ushered us in, securing the lock behind us. They doused the lights, and we huddled in the darkness, our breath held captive, listening. Her story poured out in choked sobs, explaining the 10 to 15 minutes of silent pursuit, her immense relief at my appearance. Unsure of what to do, I called my aunt, who was staying at my place. Relief washed over me when she answered. I urged her to call the police. From within the apartment, we could now hear the man pacing outside, his muffled mumblings a chilling soundtrack to our fear. Minutes later, my phone rang an unknown number. It was my uncle, a policeman, his calm voice a balm. Help was on the way. The wait felt like an eternity. Finally, the police arrived. My uncle guided me by phone to speak with the officers. They confirmed seeing the man loitering by the gate, then wandering further down the alley. Once the formalities were done, I was allowed to go home. I recounted the ordeal to my aunt, who urged me to rest. Sleep, however, was a distant luxury. My mind replayed the chilling encounter, conjuring images of the man, his hooded face, the glint of something metallic in his hand. The darkness outside my window no longer felt empty, but occupied, a constant reminder of the night I followed someone into the dark. Hello everyone, I'm Aqeela, and welcome back to the Aqeela Files. Tonight, I'm not just telling a story, I'm sharing a chilling memory that proves some shadows linger long after the sun sets. Are you ready to step into the dark with me? Because the night is far from over,